This week on Country Music Junkies, I am so pleased to be joined by Matthew Ramsey of Old Dominion. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
I know lots of our listeners are very familiar with your music and would have kind of first been introduced to you from The Highway, which is big up here. I know that it is big in the States as well. But I want to kind of take them back to the beginning of Old Dominion and how you guys kind of all got together and where the name stems from.
Sure. Well, the name comes from, it's the nickname for the state of Virginia. So a lot of us are from Virginia, and that's where it all started. I grew up with a drummer. We went to middle school together, and then he went to college at James Madison University, and he met Brad and Jeff there, and they were all playing in bands together and playing the same circuits as I was in my band, and we were all up there just kind of kicking around Virginia doing our thing. Moved to Nashville a long time ago to be songwriters, and that's where I met Trevor. And then one by one, the other guys moved down too, and so we were friends before we were ever a band. And we were just in Nashville writing songs, playing music together, just because we liked each other. And there was no point where we ever decided, hey, let's be a band and try to make a go for it. We were just playing music together and playing our songs together, and our friends were coming to hear us. And we started to get some success as songwriters, and more and more people started coming out, and suddenly we kind of looked at each other and we're like, man, guess we're a band.
That's awesome. That's a very cool story. Now, you touched upon your songwriting. I know songwriting is huge for you guys. You were all co-writers of your single Break Up With Him, which I know was #1 on The Highway for 6 weeks, which is amazing. So let's, I guess, start with songwriting and what kind of inspires you as a band in your writing?
We moved here, like I said, I moved to Nashville like 13 years ago to focus on songwriting. And I just really wanted to learn how to tell the best story I possibly could. And Nashville's the place you need to be to do that. And what inspires us, I think, is this community of songwriters that you're just kind of entrenched in this insane talent pool, and just hearing what these guys can come up with just inspires you to be better and just work harder. And the writers that you write with will inspire you. You may not be feeling it that day, but you come in and somebody says something that's amazing, and it jumpstarts you right back into it. So I think that's really what inspires us the most is our other writers. And, as far as like material goes, it's just about writing about your life and writing about everyday life. And that's the best way you're going to get across and connect with them.
Absolutely. Now, the song Break Up With Him, you said that you draw a lot of inspiration from real life. How real is that song?
It's real. It's not real in my life, and it's not real in any of our lives, but it is a real thing. It's definitely, it's about, life being short and going after what you want, which we all firmly believe in. Obviously, we wouldn't be in this profession if we felt otherwise. But, especially when it comes to a girl, you got to go for it. You never know if you don't ask. And, we meet a lot of people out there that come up to us and say, this song totally inspired me to break up with my loser boyfriend, and now I'm with this great guy, and we're so happy. So we try to focus on the positive end of that, and we feel a little bad for the guys that end up getting dumped. But I always say, if a silly song is what caused her to dump you, then you are already in trouble.
That's very true. Very, very good way to look at it. You're right. Now, I mentioned that song was 6 weeks at #1 on the Highway Hot 45 Countdown. Where were you guys when you found out the news that song had such great success?
Oh, man. We just on the road at that point. I remember we were still in a band, and the Highway, just changed our lives. And in so many ways, those people are our family now. We consider them our family. And, they just kind of took us under their wings and played our music more than anyone ever has. And suddenly we had an international audience, whereas before we couldn't, get anyone to listen. And suddenly people all over the world were hearing our music thanks to the Highway. So they just continued to blow our mind.
Well, I know you have another song on the highway right now, Nowhere Fast. Can we talk a little bit about that song and the story behind that?
Yeah, that's a song that I wrote with Trevor and a friend of ours, Matt Jenkins, that we write with a lot. And that's just a song that's one of our favorites always, every night to play. And, it's one of those songs that just kind of speaks about youth, I think. And, whenever I'm singing that song, there are very clear images in my head of my high school days with my friends and with a girl. And I just feel like that song paints such a great picture. And it's rare that I can live through a song every single night that we play it, and that one I absolutely do.
Wow. Well, I'm sure a lot of fans can definitely relate to it as well, and the stories behind it. Now, your debut album, Meat and Candy, comes out on November 6th. What can fans expect to hear from that?
We're so excited about it. We're so proud of every single song on there. So some of the songs from our EP have made it over there, obviously, like Nowhere Fast and Break Up with Them, a couple others. And then there's a bunch of new ones on there, too. And it's just a crazy, range of songs, a lot of fun songs, a lot of real, more meaningful songs, too. So that's where the name comes from, Meat and Candy. There's meat and there's candy on there. So it's going to be fun. I think people are going to really like it.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to the release of that. Again, November 6th is when you can get a copy of that. You guys just finished up 18 stadium dates with Mr. Kenny Chesney. What was that like, being on tour with him?
That was an insane opportunity, and just learning so much from him, and just from watching how he handles himself and the people he surrounds himself with, and from his crew to his band and his fans and how he connects with them. We stood there on the side of the stage every single night when he played and watched what he does, and we could learn so much from him. And luckily, he invited us back, so we get to go back again next year. We're going to play a lot more dates with him next year, too, so we're super excited about that.
Amazing. Now, I know a lot of our listeners would have seen you perform up here in Canada at the Boots and Hearts Music Festival on the Thursday night. You kicked things off, which was an incredible show. I was there. It was awesome. What did you think of a Canadian crowd? You probably don't play too many Canadian dates, so what did you think of the Boots and Hearts Canadian crowd?
Yeah, that was the first and only time we had played up there.
Oh, no way. Okay.
Yeah, let me tell you, that was amazing. I mean, we have video of us playing Break Up with Them, and that's one of the larger crowds that we've played for, and to hear that many people singing that song was incredible. And you should have seen the flurry of emails and text messages from the record label and all kinds of people from our families were calling us going, what in the world is going on here? It was a surreal experience for us. That was definitely one we'll never forget.
Excellent. Well, we'll for sure have to get you up here a couple more times at least, and hopefully with the new tour next summer with Kenny Chesney, we'll get you up here as well. Matt, thank you so much for chatting with us today. I really appreciate it, and best of luck with the release of Meat and Candy on November 6th.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.